Good morning, everyone. Today we will discuss one more topic, that is Article 14. Okay, Article 14. In the previous class, we have seen the the features of fundamental rights, and briefly we have seen about right to equality also. Okay, right to equality also. However, for your understanding, briefly I will discuss about the right to equality. I will mention about right to equality. Then we will go into the Article 14. Next in the next classes we will discuss 15, 16, 17 and 18. Okay. So right to equality is one of the 6 fundamental rights. Okay. Fundamental rights that are there in our constitution. Okay. So in the 6 fundamental rights, right to equality is the first right. Okay, if you see the constitution, the articles from 14 to 18, they will tell us about the right to equality. Okay, right. So what is the significance of right to equality? Generally, if you understand generally what is the meaning of right to equality, so in our country or in our society, there should not be any inequality. Okay, there should not be any inequality among the citizens or among the people. All the people shall be treated equally. Okay, and generally in the history, if you see, uh, inequality has been shown, or some people have been discriminated based on various grounds like caste, religion, then race, okay, then sex or gender, okay, then even on place of birth, on the grounds of place of birth. In all these bases, people have been discriminated. There was inequality in the society. Even now, cases like untouchability, treating the lower caste people very badly, all these incidents we are seeing. In the past, this inequality was there based on all these aspects. So what this fundamental right to equality is trying to address, whatever this inequality or discrimination was there, it is trying to solve that issue, or it is saying that no such inequality can present in India. Okay, that is equality is guaranteed to the citizens of India as a fundamental right. Okay, so if you understand all these articles from 14 to 18, all the articles you understand, then you will come to know how all these articles included, they are giving the citizens of India the right to equality. Okay, means right to equality means all the people who are there in India are equal, nobody is above. Okay, and nobody can be nobody can be differentiated or discriminated based on any of these grounds. Okay, so that is the general understanding of right to equality. Okay, right. With this general understanding, then we have to study about each and every article that is mentioned in the or under the right to equality. In that, first and foremost article is right to equality. Okay, so if you see the text of right to equality, if you see the text of right to equality, what it is mentioned or how it is mentioned, the text says that the state, okay, the state shall not discriminate or shall not deny any person, okay, any person, equality before law, equality before law, and and equal protection of laws, equal protection of laws. So this is the text mentioned in the article 14 or under the article 14. Okay, so there are two components. What are the two components? Equality before law, this is the first component, and the second component is equal protection of laws. Okay, these are the two aspects we have to understand. Okay, broadly what the article is saying, the article is saying that the state shall not deny any person the equality before law and equal protection of laws. Okay, so it is saying that we can say in the features of the constitution or features of fundamental rights, we have studied one aspect, that is positive rights and negative rights. Okay, so you think into which category this right will come, whether this is a positive right or negative right. In the features of the fundamental rights, I have explained what are the positive rights and what are the negative rights. Okay, so with that understanding, you try and read this article and you say which type of right this is. Okay, right. One more thing you have to remember is this is available for all the people. All the people means applicability is universal, means it is available to citizens. Okay, and it is also available to non-citizens. Okay, means a person in the country can generally avail equality before law and equal protection of laws. Okay, so we will try and understand these two components, what these two components meant for us. Okay, so first we will take this one, equality before law. Okay, equality before law. Okay, so first of all, this is a negative concept. Okay, this is a negative concept. How it is a negative concept? It is saying that nobody is above the law. Okay, if you see points, nobody is above the law. Okay, everybody is equal before the law. Okay, everybody is equal before the law. Okay, and everybody shall abide to the common law of the land. Okay, everybody shall abide to the common law of the land. Okay, right. The protection of laws. Okay, protection of law is there for everyone. Okay, it's not like law is protecting some people and law is not protecting some other people. That is also not there. Okay, protection of laws is there for everyone. Okay, then all are treated equally before the law. Nobody is above the law. Okay, so this is nobody is above the law. Okay, everybody has to abide by the laws or common law of the land. Then everyone is equal before the law. So because of all these things, it is saying that there is no preferential treatment. Okay, there is no preferential treatment for certain people. Okay, there is no preferential treatment. So if you see features like this, you will generally come to understanding that, or you are obviously come to understand that this is a negative concept. Okay, this is the meaning of equality before law. And one more thing you have to remember is this concept has been taken from Britain. Okay, so this concept has origined from the Britain or British society or British Parliament. Okay, it has the origins in British Parliament. Okay, right. I will try to explain this with one example. Let's imagine I am there, I am a common person, then a government employee is also there. Okay, government employee is there. Okay, then I am a common person, I am also there. Okay, right. For example, when we are traveling on the road, okay, on our bike, when there is a red signal, okay, red signal, we are expected to stop until the signal turns to green. Okay, but as a person, I violated this red signal. Okay, then a government employee is there, he is also violated the red signal. Okay, then it should not be like that I have been awarded 2 days of punishment and this government employee has been left out. Okay, because he is a government employee, the judge thought that it's not proper to punish him, so I am letting him off. That is not allowed under the equality before law. That will amount to violation of equality before law. Though the government employee here in this case is a privileged person, but the law, common law is violating traffic rules. That is the common law. Okay, or traffic rules are the common law. So the government is also equally accountable for that law, and as a common man, I am also, I know, similarly accountable to that common law. Okay, so this government employee in this case is not above those traffic rules. He also have to abide by these rules. Okay, right. This is the meaning of equality before law. Okay, any person, including a common man too, till the Prime Minister of India, everybody, if that person is committing a mistake or crime or anything under the law, so everybody has to account. I mean, they have to be made accountable to the law. Okay, they have to submit for the procedure, and they have to take whatever the punishment is there under that law. Okay, no special treatment or preferential treatment is there. Okay, that is the meaning of equality before law. Okay, right. Then we will come to the second aspect. The second concept is equal protection of laws. Okay, second concept is also very important. Equal protection of laws. Okay, then we will see what is the meaning of equal protection of laws. Okay, so one thing you have to understand that this is a positive concept. Okay, positive concept, and it has taken from the Constitution of United States of America. Okay, in the United States of America, this feature is there, equal protection of laws. Okay, means what this equal protection of laws is, it says that people shall be treated equally. Okay, treatment should be equal. Equal treatment shall be there for the people who are under similar circumstances. Okay, people who are there in similar circumstances, for those people equal treatment shall be there. In other words, people has to be treated equally. Okay, when there is equality, means they are in similar conditions. Okay, then people has to be treated differently. People have to be treated differently when they are in different circumstances. Okay, different circumstances. That is the meaning of equal protection of laws. Why people have to be treated differently when they are in different conditions? Because they are, these people are innate capabilities of these people are different, belonging to or people who are there in different conditions. That's why they have to be treated differently. If you are treating them equally, people who are in different conditions, then that will result in unjust. That will result in unjust equality. Okay. The best example is, the government is recruiting people to fill certain posts in the government. Okay, it is recruiting some employees. Okay, so there is a test to select the people. The test is they have to take the exam, and whoever secures major marks or more marks in that exam, those people will be recruited or taken into the service. That is the law, common law. What is the common law? To take people into government service, an exam or test will be conducted, and whomsoever secures more marks, those people will be taken into the service. Okay, that is the common law. That is also equality before law. But you understand, you see the people who are competing for this. Okay, so there are people belonging to other castes, then people belonging to OBCs are there, Then people belonging to SC and ST, scheduled castes and scheduled tribes are also there. Okay. So historically, if you take the people belonging to scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, and even some of the OBC people, they did not had access to examination. Sorry, education. They did not have access to education. Okay, only recently they have started, studying or getting educated. Okay, even majority of the sections of people they are unable to participate in still they are unable to participate in the education system until maybe graduation. Okay, maybe they are getting they are coming to schools until 8th standard, 7th standard, 10th standard, maybe 12th standard, then after that they are dropping out. Okay, so it is not fair to treat the other caste people, generally who are upper caste people, okay, who are historically having access to education, and on the other side people who are belonging to scheduled castes and scheduled tribes who do not had education to historically do not had education. Okay, then you are subjecting these people for the same test. You are saying that I am following the equality before law, rule of law, then all these people are equal and they have to take the test. That is not acceptable here. Okay, these people are in different situation. These people are in some other different situation. Here with respect to this test or examination, these people will become disadvantaged. That's why these people have to be treated differently. All people belonging to other caste, they have to be treated equally, and all people belonging to scheduled tribes, maybe scheduled caste, they have to be treated equally. But when you are including these people have to be treated differently, and this group has to be treated differently. Okay, that is why we have provided reservations. Okay, reservations for these sections of society. Okay, that is the meaning of equal protection of law. Okay, I hope you have understood the difference between equality before law and equal protection of laws. Okay, further, equal protection of law not only says that people in different conditions have to be treated differently, it also says that further it goes beyond that and says that the government or the state shall take measures for the upliftment of this vulnerable sections of the society. Upliftment of vulnerable sections of the society. Okay, this is also known as, because so that at some point of time in the future, these now people who are in different conditions, they may come to an equal platform. Okay, platform means the conditions may be similar for both the groups or all the groups, then there can be equality before law, or all the people then can be treated equally. Until then you have to give equal protection for equal protection of laws, means people who are in different conditions have to be treated differently. Okay, if you are taking positive measures, upliftment measures for these people who are in different conditions or difficult conditions, for their upliftment, then they will also come forward, then the platform will be same for all the people, then you can subject them to same law equally. You can start treating them equally. Okay, right. So that is also can be called as upliftment of vulnerable sections. The equal protection of law enables the state or the government to make special measures for upliftment of these vulnerable sections. That is also called as affirmative action. Okay, affirmative action. Okay, means giving reservation. One example I told, giving reservations to reservations to these people who are in disadvantaged position compared to other people. Okay, then there can also be a positive discrimination. Okay, then there can also be a positive discrimination. Okay, means positive discrimination means The groups like women, then groups like children can be given special measures, special protection, because these groups are also vulnerable groups. They need special protection. With respect to women, women face discrimination all the day in our country. Even in family, within family, even when they come outside within the society, they will face discrimination. Okay, so to end that discrimination and make the sections of women equal with the section of men, the government can take special measures for empowering the women. Okay, maybe giving them reservation, starting special key schemes for them, then bringing in special laws for the aspects of preventing dowry, then paying equal wages for them, then preventing domestic violence. All these measures can be taken by the state. Okay, and with respect to children, providing them midday meals, and making acts like right to education for them, then enacting laws like POCSO, preventing sexual violence against children, etc. Then laws against the child labor. All these special measures can be taken by the state, to address these inequalities. Those are called as, that discrimination or differentiation is called as positive discrimination. Then why we are making positive discrimination? To end this existing inequalities. Okay, and that is allowed under the Article 14, under the segment of equal protection of laws. Okay, I hope now you have understand the difference or the meaning of two phrases that are mentioned in Article 14, that is equality before law and equal protection of laws and equality before laws. Okay, right. This is very very important concept in prelims. Time and again the examiners are asking conceptual based questions, so you should be thorough with these two concepts. Okay, then apart from that, article 14 Article 14 also upholds one more doctrine, which is very very important doctrine. The doctrine's name is rule of law. Okay, so apart from these two concepts we have studied, equality before law and equal protection of laws, Article 14 also supports one more doctrine. The doctrine's name is rule of law. Okay, rule of law, this is also very very important. Okay, so you have to understand that this rule of law, this also has the origin in British society or in British Parliament. The concept has been taken from British Parliament. Okay, what is the meaning of it? It is almost equal to this rule of law. It is almost similar to equality before law. Okay, equality before law. Okay, or you can say this equality before law is a component of rule of law. Okay, so what is the meaning of rule of law? Okay, earlier we used to see the rule of the kings. Okay, whatever the king says, that is the law. Okay, you might have seen this famous dialogue in Bahubali movie, your favorite movie, right? The dialogue of the queen. Okay, what she says that whatever I say, that is the law. Okay, then you might have seen the famous quote of the Louis Philippe, or the 16th king of Louis 16, when he said I am the state, means what he was implying at that time. The meaning of that statement, that whatever he says, that is the law, that is final. When Louis 16 said I am the state, whatever he says, that is the rule in the country. Okay, that was the situation before the concepts called rule of law, liberty, equality have come. Okay, whatever the ruler used to say, or whatever the ruler says, that is the law in the country. Okay, But against that concept, there should be the rule of the law, not the king or not the ruler. Okay, what happens when the king is the law or when the rule of the king is there? There is a chance for discrimination. There is a chance for inequality. Law can be applied differently for different people based on their status, maybe based on their gender, maybe based on their religion. That chance is there. But with the rule of law, what is the thing? There shall not be there will not be any discrimination. Okay, if rule of law is there, there will not be any discrimination. Okay, all the people will be treated equally. Okay, the law will be applied equally to everybody. Okay, so equality before law will be there. Then nobody is above the law. Okay, nobody is above the law. Okay, means all are subjected to the law of the land. Okay, nobody is exempted from the law, from prime minister to the common people. If they do something, they have to answer to the law. Okay, then law, everybody is under the protection of law. Okay, under the protection of law means law protects all the people. Okay, it is not that the protection of laws is not there for certain people. Everybody is, or everybody has the protection of the law, from the prime minister to the common man. Then the final one is, okay, then whatever the laws are made by the parliament or the state, they shall be objective. Okay, means they should follow the spirit of the constitution. Okay, whatever the laws made by the parliament or by the king for taking care of the people, or for whatever purpose that may be, they should generally follow the spirit of constitution. Okay, means in other words, if we want to put it, generally there should be rationality for the laws. The laws should be rational. Means the laws should be just. Okay, the laws shall not be unreasonable, they shall not be unjust. Generally the laws should be just. Okay, they shall be according to the principles of justice, and the spirit of constitution should be there, whatever the laws that are being made by the parliament. Why this protection shall be there, or that this shall be there under the rule of law? Because okay, you are saying that somebody is doing something according to the law, that person can be punished. Okay, but what parliament can do to generally target certain sections of the society, it can bring in a law and it can say that according to this law, these people are criminals, they are corrupt, and I am punishing them. Okay, that can happen. They can simply say that, okay, look, we have made the law and according to this law we are punishing them. Okay, because of that reason, this final protection should be there, that the laws made by the parliament shall also be just, and they should be in accordance with the spirit of the constitution. Okay, and the laws are generally not unreasonable. Okay, if all these principles are enforced, we say that there is a rule of law. Then justice, democracy and equality will be enforced in that society, and it will lead to a democratic society. That society will move towards democratic and equal society. Okay, that is the significance of rule of law. Okay, I hope you have understood this rule of law, which is a very important concept, and this doctrine of equality, rule of law has or will be enforced by Article 14 of our Constitution. Okay, this is also very important, the concept of rule of law. So I hope you will keep this in mind and read it properly. Okay. Done. So under Article 14, when we have discussed this second concept, that is equal protection of laws. We have said that further the state shall make certain measures for addressing the inequalities in society. Okay. According to that, there can be classification. Okay, people can be classified into different groups. One classification I have told. What is the classification? Other castes, OCs, OBCs, SCs, STs. This is caste-based classification. Another classification I have told, like children, women, and men. This is another type of classification. So, according to Article 14, there can be reasonable classification. Okay, there shall be reasonable classification of people for positive discrimination, for bringing them for their upbringing. Okay, so this reasonable classification shall be there to give them, welfare measures or to upbring them and to address the aspect of inequality. But over the time, the courts have evolved certain criteria how this classification can be made. Okay, and this classification, whatever the classification that is made by the state, it should fulfill two conditions. First one is intelligible differentia. Okay, intelligible differentia. Okay, you don't worry about the word because it is a Greek and Latin word. You worry about this one, explanation of this one. What is the meaning of intelligible criteria? Means criteria shall be logical. Okay, the criteria that we are making shall be logical. Okay, so I am taking the example of this, people are being differentiated with respect to women as women, children, okay, and men. Okay, let's imagine there is a disaster and you are rescuing people from that disaster. Then you will say that, or the people who have gone for rescuing, they will say that first we will evacuate the children, then we will evacuate the women, and at the last we will evacuate the men. During a disaster, you imagine now cyclone Feni is taking place, cyclone that is happening in Tamil Nadu, states of Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. Okay, cyclone Fengal. So in that, during the rescue operations, where people were, people who have been impacted by this cyclone, in the process of rescuing them, the rescuers say that first we will evacuate the children, then we will evacuate the women, and then we will evacuate the men. Okay, with that purpose, they are making groups like this. Is it acceptable or not? Okay, so whatever the logic, whatever the classification they are saying, they are making, that should be a logical classification. Okay, and one more classification is, dividing people like this. Okay, OCs, OBCs, SCs, STs. This is also acceptable logical classification because based on the these categories only people have been discriminated. Okay, so this type of classification is also acceptable. Okay, right. And okay, then what is the second condition that has to be fulfilled? Okay, the whatever the classification is made, that classification should fulfill the objective of the classification. Okay, second condition is purpose or objective of classification. So why you are making this classification, or whatever the classification you have made, whether that is serving the objective of that classification or not. Okay, so for example, same example we will take. What is the purpose? The purpose is disaster or rescue operation. The purpose is rescue from the disaster. Okay, rescue from disaster. Then what is the classification you are making for that purpose? Women, children, and men. First we are evacuating the children, then we are evacuating the women, then we are evacuating the men. What is the objective here? Rescuing from people from a disaster. So is it logical or not? The classification is actually fulfilling the purpose or objective or not? Yes, it is fulfilling. For the same purpose, you say for rescuing people from the disaster, if you say First we will evacuate the OC people, people belonging to other castes, or next people belonging to OBCs, then people belonging to scheduled tribes, and last people belonging to scheduled castes. We evacuate like that. That is not the, then that will not become the logical classification, because it is not fulfilling the purpose or objective. Or if you do like reverse also, first we will evacuate the people belonging to scheduled caste, then we will evacuate the scheduled tribes, then we will evacuate the OBCs, last we will evacuate the OCs. That will also not become the logical classification with respect to the stated objective. Okay, why? It is not following the logic. Okay, for the rescue for rescuing from a disaster, if you want to rescue the people from disaster, then if you are applying the caste basis, that will not satisfy the objective. Okay, then we will take a different objective. Different objective is, government jobs are there. In those government jobs you are giving reservation. What is the purpose of giving reservation? The purpose of giving reservation is because in the government services certain sections of the people are underrepresented. Okay, certain sections of the people are underrepresented. Okay, so to give proper representation for them, you are giving reservation. Then if you are making this classification, other castes, OBCs, SCs, STs, okay, generally people belonging to scheduled caste, scheduled tribes and other backward classes, they are underrepresented in public services because of various reasons, including historical reasons. Okay, so for them now you are providing reservations to fill these government jobs. Then it is accepted by the logical classification is fulfilling the objective or purpose. Okay, to address that underrepresentation from these different castes or classes. Okay, right. So these two tests have to be passed when you are classifying people for giving affirmative action, or to give them support, or to bring affirmative actions with respect to them. Okay, so they have to follow, or they have to fulfill these two different criteria. Okay, then the whatever the classification that the state is making or the government is making, that can be supported. Okay, so these are the all the aspects related to Article 14. These concepts are very important. I hope you will remember these concepts, because they are theoretical, very much theoretical. Lot of understanding is there. It's a bit difficult to understand them, but still questions are being asked in the prelims, especially with respect to especially fundamental rights and all these things. Conceptual questions are being asked, so you have to understand, you have to study them very carefully, and you have to understand them. Okay, in the next classes we will understand Article 15, Article 16. Okay, maybe Article 17 and 18 also. Okay, right. So for now, with this we will stop this class here, and in the next class we will discuss Article 15 and Article